Hey beer tubers, Ryan back with another episode of San Diego Beer Blog. Thanks for joining me once again. I have a very special beer for you guys today. I've been looking forward to this one. It's been in my fridge for a little bit. It came out fairly recently. I think back in July, perhaps even as early as late June, somewhere around that time. It's the anniversary beer from Deschutes. This is Butte XXIII, their 23rd anniversary beer. This is like an imperialized, but then they go beyond that version of their regular Black Butte porter. This one clocks in at 10.8%. Says that it's a porter brewed with cocoa nibs, orange, and natural flavors added. 25% of this is aged in bourbon barrels. So I've already cracked it, got the wax off. Let's get this thing cracked open. If you saw my review of the Black Butte 21, I did an aged bottle. I had over a year of age on it. It was absolutely amazing. This one's relatively fresh, so I bought more to age and one to drink fresh. So, wow, actually, two-finger head, kind of that light brown, kind of, you know, mocha tan head on there. You can see some alcohol legs on the glass already. Color-wise, you know, it's an imperial porter. Yeah, I don't see any light through that one. That thing's completely black. Can't expect that from imperial porter, unlike regular porters, which will let some light in occasionally. So let's get the aroma on it. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Oh, a lot going on. Definitely some of that orangey, citrusy notes. I get big time caramel notes. Good amount of vanilla coming through as well. There is a little bit of some chocolate as well. It's a little sweeter than I expected. You don't get like big, dark, kind of bitter notes on it. Definitely on the sweeter side. Not really getting any of the chilies they use in the beer on the nose, but maybe it's in there buried. But it's pretty interesting because they're using those oranges in there, and it gives a really nice citrusy element. It's hard to say if they're using some hops that kind of work with that, you know, American style Pacific Northwest hops to go with that citrus note, but yeah, it kind of smells like a dark IPA in the sense it's got that real nice citrus component on the nose, but then the really dark malt base, you know, nice vanilla, caramel, you know, chocolate notes, slight roastiness. So I can't wait to try this one. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's a big beer with a lot going on in it, for sure. Oh yeah, get some, at the end I get some alcohol, and those chilies do show up in the end. You definitely get a little bit of chili heat along with some alcohol heat, which is pretty interesting. Wow, I'm not quite sure where to begin with this one. I'm going to let it warm up a little bit more, because it is slightly on the cool side. But wow, I mean, there's a lot of flavors going on right away in this beer. It's kind of hard to decide where to begin with it. Up front, you get a lot of sweetness, big caramel notes, big time. Slight breadiness in there too, but mostly caramel. It kind of goes into then the chocolate notes. You pick up the citrusy orange notes. The back end, you're hit with sort of this coffee-like roasted bitterness that kind of pairs well with some of the vanilla notes, and then, like I mentioned earlier, as it goes down, some alcohol heat, some chili heat on there. So it's a relatively cool summer night here, so I figured let's get a big beer open. It's been a while since I've had a really nice kind of big beer like this, other than when I was up at my trip in Mammoth when we opened Firestone Walker 14. But I'm going to sip on this one a bit more and come back and see how the flavors develop. Alright guys, I'm back with Black Butte 23, leaving a little decent lacing, little bit of a head left. Not bad for a 10.8% beer. Been drinking on this one a lot more, let it warmed up quite a bit. I must say, the alcohol is not as present as I thought it was going to be. Maybe if it's your first beer of the day, this isn't my first beer, so maybe my tolerance built up, you know, slightly. I'm used to that. It is a warming beer. You will feel it, but I don't think it's overpowering. There's enough flavors in this beer to keep the alcohol from being too much of a nuisance in the flavors. So it's hitting pretty well for a beer that was released you know, I'm assuming they bottled it about 6:15. So back in June, you know, it's only been a few months. But as it warms up, get a lot more chocolate coming out. A lot of chalk, lingering chocolate characteristics. The orange mixes nice up front with that chocolate. Kind of, if you've ever had those, you know, those little bits of chocolate that are in the shape of an orange that you peel away. I mean, it's kind of got that flavor in there. And then the peppers come in and just give you a little bit of heat in the back end. I think it works really well so far. I know a lot of other reviewers thought it was maybe a little disjointed. I can kind of see that. Should be interesting to see how it ages, because I do like that pepper note in there. I don't know if that's going to stay around as it you know, ages in the bottle. But I do really like it right now. I do kind of miss the coffee infusion they did for the last one. You do get some coffee flavors with the malts in this one, but the Black Butte 21 had the coffee in there along with the cocoa nibs. That was just really nice pairing, aged really well. I did get to try Black Butte 22, which did see some limited draft pourings, and then actually some people got bottles of that beer. It wasn't made available to the public though, but I did get to try a bottle at Stone Sourfest during the bottle share. And so I kind of have a rough idea how this beer might age in a year, because that event was not too long ago. And if that's any indication of how this one will go, should age really, really nicely. So I'm going to go with just a straight up A for this one. Excellent, excellent Imperial Porter. I can't wait. I bought more bottles. I'm going to let them age. Try it again, you know, after the best after date, which is on the bottle. And I expect this one to become an A+ beer like the Black Butte 21 did. So another look at the bottle here. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this bottle. And Deschutes does it again. I mean, it's a slightly tweaked version of their anniversary beer. As long as they keep doing it, hopefully they don't have another 22 issue again. But amazing beer. Get it if you can. Buy multiple bottles. Drink one now. Save one for later. So it's going to wrap it up for this review. Until next time, please comment and subscribe. Cheers.